Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. Today's date, Thursday, October 30th, 2014, just about Halloween. Markets are staging another nice little rally. Not a big one, but we are continuing to move higher in this market. Right now, we have the S&P up 10 points, Dow up 176. That's all on Visa. I think like 130 points of the Dow is Visa today. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the NASDAQ is up 16 points on the day. NASDAQ struggling a little bit as we see Facebook weak today and a couple other stocks, but for the most part, the market shrugged off any whippiness from the Federal Reserve yesterday and are continuing to grind higher. And again, just take a look at how things played out today. I think this is really important. All right, so if we zoom in on today's price action, I want to show this to you guys. Notice how early in the day the markets were very unsure. So yesterday you had the Fed announcement. You sold initially, bounced, sold, and then bounced into the close. Today we opened lower, bounced up, and then we retraced down. But look at the low from the open today was right here, right? All right, then you bounced up, you came back down, you went below that low, but you didn't close below that low. All right, so based on the technology and the technician stuff we utilize, that's an important signal. Now, if you had closed below, that would have been a weak signal because it would have been a lower low. But instead, you just pierced the low here and bounced right back up. Then the markets went back up. All right, they couldn't take out the high, so that's still kind of a neutral there. You pulled back, but notice how the pullback stayed above the 20 moving average. Then you got the wide range buy program to hit. You then made a new high. As soon as you took out this high and this high, that was a bullish signal for the rest of the day. All right, you guys see that? So very clear cut. So really you had this high from yesterday afternoon, which was after the Fed, and that's very important. And then you had the high from this morning, basically in the same spot. As soon as you took out those highs right here, that was it. You should have been in a neutral to positive stance, if not full out positive. Markets consolidated, then broke higher, and then we just got another buy program. Why did the buy program hit right here, guys, and pop us up here? Very simple. All right, I'll show you. Because you took out this high. As soon as you took out this high right here, investors piled in the trade, computer programs piled in the trade, and everyone just pushed the market up there. Very simple. Up and off to the races. All right, and then where did you stop? Right here at this trend line. Why did you stop there? I want to show you that right now. And this is why technicals and trend lines are the best. All right, look at this. If we go back in time, look at this, guys, right here. All right, where are we right now? 198.20. All right, right up here. All right, check that, 198.44 right there. See that level? See there's a gap fill right there? And we just filled the gap. So you just filled the gap on the market. This is actually a level I gave to the research center over the last couple days, which is, again, our swing trading service. I gave them that exact level, the 199.50 Pierce level, which was gap fill, and that's actually what we hit now. The question is in the light volume. By the way, volume is dead today. You got a little bit of volume this morning, which was the choppiness, but look at some of these candles you can't even see in terms of volume. And that just tells you that people are just sitting on the sidelines. And when people sit on the sidelines, the programs out there, the general consensus is positive, still buy the dip mentality. It's still taking this market up. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this market goes even a little bit higher. I really wouldn't at this stage of the game. All right, so again, just heads up on that, folks, as we continue to watch things play out. All right, a couple other things to go over here on the charts. Number one, a big reversal on CRR today. This is actually a big play. This is a huge one. And now you might say, well, how come? Well, take a look at the daily. Daily flushed to a 52-week low and then reversed here. And now the stock, literally the stock was down at 47 bucks. It's now at 50. That's a $6 reversal. That's an over 10% move off of the lows, and it's now green on the day. All right, look at the stock chart on the daily chart here. Look at how much this used to be 150 bucks just 6 months ago. So 150 bucks to 47, that's a big reversal. I think that it might have a low in for this stock. All right, again, look at this intraday reversal. This kind of just shows you how powerful a move up it was. It is pulling back, but really what you're looking for now is a bull flag pullback. And I think honestly, you could probably buy it as a swing trade on a bullish pattern, consolidation pattern. So very interesting there. Another signal I want to mention, guys, the semiconductors are getting hammered today. Take a look at the SMH, guys. It's bounced off of its lows, but look at it. It's still down over 1.5%. Intel, take a look at this. Down near the lows of the day, down 3%. How often do you see Intel down 3% in one day? And this is while the markets are green, mind you. Now, granted, the Nasdaq's lagging because of this, but again, as I said, we would talk about Visa. Take a look at Visa, guys. $20, 9% gain on Visa. That is literally 130 points on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So the Dow's up 177. So without Visa, if Visa was flat today, the Dow would only be up like 40 points. Crazy, right? That is crazy. But I mean, you don't see a stock like Visa up 10% or 9% very often. That is amazing, folks. Absolutely spectacular there. All right, in tune with that, MasterCard's obviously rallying up 8%. American Express actually a little weaker than those other two, just up about 1%, but still green on the day. All right, commodities. Let's talk commodities. After the Fed said their spiel yesterday, we've seen silver sharply sell off. Silver actually taking out the recent daily lows here. What does this mean, guys? Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I say we're very close to a long-term bottom in silver and gold. You might say, well, how come? Well, just it makes sense to me, all right? So everyone basically is now expecting, all right, so Fed is going to be raising interest rates sooner than later. QE's 100% done. That's the mentality, and that's kind of, people have been selling these on anticipation. Now you've got the facts, which is flushing it. I think this is the last flush. Now, you might have one more down day tomorrow, but I'm actually I stress, very, very interested in silver now going forward. And again, I think silver could be a very intriguing play. I also think gold is getting interesting down here, too. All right, GLD, if we take a look at GLD down only about 1%, but coming into a beautiful double bottom here on the charts. But again, silver's my main interest, and I'll tell you why. Because, all right, so they're overreacting, right? They've been factoring in Fed stimulus coming to an end, interest rates rising, so that's the overreaction right there. But also, silver's a global growth player, and everyone hates the European Chinese thing. I mean, everyone thinks that's a mess right now, the economies. But on the other side of the coin, you have to start to factor in growth in the U.S. economy, which, again, obviously the Fed is telling us by cutting back and saying they might raise interest rates sooner than later. They're saying that growth is there. So I actually think that you could be seeing a potential final flush out on silver. I'm actually very, very bullish on silver, but I still am just trying to see if it flushes a little bit more. If it does, then I think it's golden right there. All right. So, again, that's interesting. We see oil. Take a look at oil today, guys. Still down a little bit, but oil's putting in what is attempting to be a bottom here. As long as it doesn't take out this double bottom here, it's good to go. And, again, oil just down 35 cents on the USO. Financials today are doing decently. JPM up 32 cents. Goldman Sachs up 25. Make that 50 cents here as we continue to see the market push a little bit higher. And, again, you can see the spiders here, guys. And, again, this is light volume on the spiders. So, as far as I'm concerned, and look at this. I mean, I don't think that was a real print, by the way. But just the markets are trying to put in a little bit of a top here. But I honestly, based on the volume, this could easily go higher. Could easily go higher. Okay? All right, so we'll kind of watch that and just see how it plays out here. And again, very curious to see the final kind of ticks on this market as the market continues to grind up. Qs are having a little bit of a weaker day percentage-wise, but still up to about 26 cents and back above 100 even number. So that's interesting to see as well. And we'll continue to follow that. And again, I just encourage you to come to InTheMoneyStocks.com as we continue to put out trades, take advantage of this market, and see amazing potential in the trade setups, which will lead to what we believe to be profits. Take care, guys.